Welcome everyone to our 24-day, day 24 of our yoga challenge. My name is Antoinette, and it's so great to get to practice with you all here on day 24 out of 28 days. We've made it this far. We will be doing abdominals today. Our equipment will be our yoga mat, 2 yoga blocks, something to pad your knees, and a strap to stretch with, which we may or may not use at the end of our practice, depending on how we go. We are going to be using our yoga block to do some creative abdominals today. And we're going to, again, as always, mix it up so that we're doing something a little bit different. So have an open mind as we work together on our mats and just letting somebody else in. And then we'll get started with our practice. Go ahead and come down. So we'll start off in Sukhasana in our easy posture, and remember that you can start off with your yoga blocks to have 2 together. If you want to sit, I usually like to do that. Give yourself a wider foundation to be able to sit on. And we'll start off either keeping our eyes closed or our gaze soft, depending on how you feel. Taking a moment to take an inhale in and an exhale out, just letting the noise around you just be part of the process. And honing in on where you're sitting proprioceptively on your mat. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, arriving. Settling in. And letting go of where you just were, what you were just doing, to start to focus in on where you are right now. And as you close your eyes or keep your gaze soft, something that I've been reading today, I wanted to share with you. But just following your breath, that natural rhythm of breath, feeling the rise and the fall of your chest as you listen to the words to start your practice. How you live your life is a result of the story you believe about yourself. Choose to see your life as an amazing discovery, an adventure into extraordinary versions of you. You can start with nothing. And out of nothing, out of no way, a way is made. Some people want to make it happen. Some people wish it would happen. Others make it happen. So you go ahead and want it all. Just learn to be happy before it arrives. Or you may not notice when it does. It comes from my friend David Aurelio. I like that. So as we open our eyes now together, bring our hands down beside us. Let's inhale with our arms coming up, reach up and extend. Exhale down. Inhaling as we come up. Good deep inhale. If you're going to touch the ceiling, let your navel come back to the spine so you access the core, and then let's head over to the left side as we take our right hand to our left knee and take a look over that left shoulder. Take a good deep inhale in, let the belly expand. And as it contracts back, you take your navel back toward your spine, really getting in touch with the midsection. And then we'll reach up and extend with both arms coming up as we rise, inhaling. And then as we exhale over to the left side, right hand to that left knee, we push the torso up and start with taking a look toward the right side of the room, just noticing what you're looking at. And then maybe we look a little farther over that right shoulder, take a good deep belly breath in and out as we twist from the abdomen, letting the belly expand and contract with the twist. And then we'll come back up again, reach up and extend. Inhaling, and as we exhale out halfway, W shape the arms and now open up and then reach and extend. So you feel that good extension. Open up the chest, let the shoulder blades come together, like you give someone a giant hug, and then start to draw the hands in with the breath. Inhaling Take a look up with gratitude for this day, this practice, this day 24, and then exhale as we bring our hands together. Inhaling as we come out, reaching out and extending, and then exhaling with hands together. Last time as we inhale, and then exhale. Just roll the shoulders back and forward. And then let's come over onto our hands and knees. We'll come into tabletop. Have something to pad your knees now if you need it. Have your block, one blocks and both blocks up at the top of your mat. As we come into tabletop, hands are starfish in front of you. Your knees are about hip width distance apart. Your hands could be on a block if you needed them, or just right in front of you. Shoelaces part of your feet on the mat. And we'll take an inhale in with the sway as we take a look up with eyes and chin. Feel from the Adam's apple all the way down to the belly button. Maybe take a nice stretch. And then as you exhale, we'll start to round the back. On the first one, tend the fingertips, shoot the shoulder heads up. Take a little sway from side to side. Just a little rock. And then pad the hands, come back to stillness, inhale, one breath, sway the back. And then on the exhale, keep the hands padded and round. Inhale to sway. And exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back to stillness. Drop your hands and bring them out. One handprint in front of you and take your left foot out. Push your left heel back as you stretch that left leg long. And then come up onto the ball of the foot and then push back again. Roll over all the way onto the shoelaces part of the foot as you bend the toes. And then come back as you push back on that left heel. Take your block into the right corner of your mat with your right hand. And then we're going to raise that left foot up just to start. Keep the toes down. We're keeping that foot up to hip height and draw the block off the mat. Here we are in our bird dog. And we're going to take our neck long. We're finding our breath here as we reach and extend. Taking an inhale in and an exhale out, sensing the leg as it reaches and lengthens, and sensing the arm as it reaches and lengthens. Take another good deep inhale in, and now we're going to lift up and pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to draw your elbow and knee in toward one another and touch it and hold it. And then as you lengthen, take a good deep inhale in, straighten it out and lengthen. And then exhale as you draw it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to draw it in. Last time. Inhale to lengthen and hold it here for 3, 2, and 1, and then bring it down. Right hand comes down, left hand's going to come to the block, and your right foot's going to come out. So we're going to start off by coming right back into it as we reach and lengthen, and then we'll stretch it after that. So find your left hand, right foot, reach and lengthen with your toes down. Start pulsing up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. And now take the elbow and knee in toward one another, touch it, and then lengthen and reach and inhale. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale and exhale. Good deep inhale and exhale. Last one and exhale. Draw it out and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the block, touch the toe down, push back on that right calf, and then come up onto the ball of the foot, shoelaces part of the foot, just bending the toes, feeling your toes outside of shoes, free on your mat. And then we're going to take the knee back in line with the left. So come into either child's pose or puppy pose. So remember, puppy pose can be buttocks high and we're taking our arms down low. Or you can come into child's pose, taking buttocks back toward the heels as you take your knees out toward the edges of the mat. This is kind of a quick rest. Forehead is on the mat. We're extending our arms long so we feel the shoulders lengthen, broaden, release any tension that you might feel. You can draw the shoulder blades up together and then allow the shoulder heads to kind of fall back in their wide stance. Let's walk our hands over toward the right side of the mat for a quick stretch. Take a good deep inhale in, take your navel back toward your spine as you exhale. And then walk your hands back over to the midline and over to the left side for a quick stretch. Take a good deep inhale in. As you exhale, navel back to the spine. And then we'll walk ourselves back to the midline and back into tabletop we go. We're gonna go right into our plank. We're gonna jump that out of the way and then we're gonna start working on abdominals. So let me just get our stopwatch together and here we are. So let's start off on our tummies. Move the mat if you had one. Find your elbows with your fingertips by touching each elbow right underneath your shoulders, and then come out with your hands right out in front of you into Sphinx posture. And then we'll start to drag the elbows toward the midline as you shoot the chest forward. So that brings the shoulders, the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Shoelaces part of the feet are on the mat right now. We're just stretching, we're opening up the chest, we're lifting up and pushing up with our weight of our body, feeling the strength and stability of this posture. Take a good deep inhale in and an exhale out. The neck is going to be long as we go into our plank postures. We're going to tuck our toes under. And remember, you can drop down at any time that you want. Start off by sticking the butt up as you draw your hips up. And we're going to start that time. So here we go. We're starting up. And now we're going to start to dip the pelvis under. So tuck it under like you're going to tuck under a scorpion's tail. And then we're going to start to bring the chest slightly forward back to the ground. So now you've got that really good posture and you're ready for your plank. Maybe you come up onto the ball of the feet just a little bit more. We're hollowing out the belly and we're breathing here because we're going to be here for our 2 minutes. And we're going to inhale in and exhale out. Let the neck be long. Look back down at your feet. So let the toes be wide on the mat. Find that good stance. And remember, if you start to get bored, you can pick one leg up and hold it. We're already 43 seconds in. And then we're going to take our left foot down and we're going to breathe. If you're doing that, you can take your right foot up. I feel so grateful that I can do that. And then right foot down. Remember, if you start to let things go, start to tuck the tailbone under and squeeze the buttocks together. And we're already past a minute, so we're almost there. We're halfway there. We're more than halfway there. And we're breathing in and breathing out, really starting to create some tapas, some fire in the body. And we're pushing away from the body, so pushing away from the floor so that we feel the strength and stability of that upper body. Really see if you can get your body in line with the mat, parallel with the mat. We're already 30 seconds in. We're almost there. Take a good breath in and out. We got this. We already been making it past that minute and 30 seconds for the last several times that we've been practicing together. So we're almost there. Readjust your arms if you need to. Take a good breath in and out. Another good deep inhale in and out. We're almost there. One more good breath in and out. And you made it. 2 minutes, great job. So let's stop, come back down to your bellies. Bring the elbows out. You can bring your forehead down to the mat. Shoelace is part of the feet are on the mat. And we're just gonna lift our left foot up. So we have that left foot up. Pelvis is on the floor, abdomen's on the floor. We're gonna pulse for 6. We're just resting here, but working 5, 4, 3, great job on that plank. 2, our arms are gonna feel that tomorrow, and 1, come on down and our bellies, and then lift up that right leg immediately and pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that left knee, flex that left foot, draw the left kneecap up off the mat, hold it here for 3, 2, lift up a little higher, and 1. Now pulse it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Let's go right over to the other side. Bend the left, right knee, flex the right foot, draw the right kneecap up off the mat, and see how high you can go and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Now pulse it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 3, 2, lift it up a little higher, and 1, and now bring it down. Great job. Roll over onto your back, grab one of your blocks. We're going to start off with a stretch, and then we'll go into doing some abs. On your back, draw your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a little hug, a little loving kindness on this day 24 as you rock yourself from side to side. Thank you, body, for bringing me to my mat today, for the ability to move and breathe independently. And bring those feet up. So you know kind of where we're going to go. We've been doing this the last couple of days. So the feet are straight up. We're taking our block. We're putting it right behind our hand, in our hands, behind our head. Our arms are long. So first to start off by stretching. Point and flex your feet. Breathe here. And then let's make sure we're setting ourselves up correctly so that we are being kind to our abdominals and our lower back. So we're drawing our feet toward the crown of our head. Our lower back is pressed into the mat. That's really important. I'm gonna let somebody else in. You're breathing here as you go. We want to make sure that the feet are up toward the crown of the head. So you're lifting the lower sacrum and buttocks off the floor. So first to start off by practicing that as you lift the feet up, you're engaging your core, lower abdomen, as you lift the feet toward the crown of the head. So that's the action. Now, once that comes, you want to make sure lower back's in the mat, and then you're lifting the block to touch the toes. Then you're coming back. So you don't have to come back that far. Your feet are at 90, the legs are still at 90 degrees. So let's go for 10. And 9. Breathe. 8. 7. Lift the butt off the mat. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take the block, place it in between your feet. You know where we're going to go on this one. So you're holding the block. Take your hands down beside you. Take again your feet up toward your head and then come back halfway. Take it up toward your head and bring it halfway. So you're using your core to draw your feet toward your head, bring it back halfway. Keep going for 6, 5, remembering your breath, 4, 3, squeeze the block with your feet so you're still getting some inner thigh, 2, and 1. Interdigitate your fingers behind your head, make a hammock with your hands. Take a breath in and a breath out for your rest. Take another breath in and out. Let the shoulders kind of fall back on the mat. And now we're going to take our right elbow toward our right knee and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Come back. Inhale and exhale. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. And come back. So we're crossing over. We're going to do that a few more times. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Come back. Cross. 3, 2, 1. Come back. Cross. 2, 1. Come back. Cross. 3, 2, 1. Come back. Left hand to right to right hand to left toe. Let's pulse and go for, start to cross over. So you're touching your toes, you're lifting up, and let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Make your way down to your ankles. Keep going. Start to create that fire in the abdomen. Make your way towards your shins and breathe. And then over towards your knees. Keep going. Doing great. On to your thighs. And now you're crossing over. So slowly, you can start to slow that tempo down. Going from the left side to the right side. And you're breathing as you exhale, you're coming up. So you can keep going. And now let's make our way back to our knees. Find that cross. Come up to the shins. You got this. Onto your ankles. And then touch your toes. Touch your toes. Go. 2 and 1. Come on down. Let everything rest. Let everything be. Take your knees in toward your chest. Keep your feet on the block. And then lift out. And then crunch it in. So you're pushing out, like you're going to drag your feet through water or sand, and then you come in. As you crunch in, crunch the navel back toward the spine, then push out and come in. And push it out and come on in. Push it out, come in. You can inhale to lengthen, exhale as you crunch it in. Last time. All done. Drop the block. Feet come on the floor. We're in bridge posture. And bring the block back in between your legs. So you have that inner thigh. You're pressing the block with your inner thigh muscles. You're going to find your heels with your fingertips. Fan the toes of the foot out so that you're taking this little pause here to reset. Give yourself a little bit of a rest, but we're already starting to squeeze the block with our inner thigh, so we're already getting some inner thigh work. Now, let's add the abdomen. So we're tucking the tailbone under like your scorpion's tail. So you're pushing that lower back into the mat, slightly lifting the buttocks off the mat, and breathing here. Take a good deep inhale in. Allow the shoulders to kind of fall back. So open up the palms. And you're just focusing on the squeeze of the inner thigh. Maybe you're even squeezing your pelvic floor if that's where you want to go. So there's lots of connection that you can make. And then let everything kind of relax. Let that natural S curve occur in the back. Let the squeeze soften from the inner thigh. We're taking that quick break. Take an inhale in. And as you exhale, flatten that lower back, squeeze the block. And this time take the hips up off the mat, coming into that bridge posture. And we're breathing here, breathing in and breathing out. Lift it up a little bit higher. We're squeezing the block. So you're using buttocks, you're using hamstrings. We're squeezing the block. And now let's pulse down and then come up. As you pulse up, squeeze buttock, hamstring, and thighs together. And let's go for 3 more. And 2. And 1. Come down, remove the block, take your right foot up. So your palms are down on the mat, your left knee is bent, your right foot is up. We're going to scoop the tailbone up and under and then lift the hips up off the mat. And now we're going to pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Left foot's going to come up. So first find that stretch. Right knee is bent. Track the right knee in toward the midline so you're not splaying it out toward the edges of the mat. Scoop that tailbone under, right, and up so the pelvis starts to dip up toward the ceiling. Then lift the hips up off the floor. So now you're really using that core strength on the right side. And now let's pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, hug the knees in toward the chest. Let's stretch a little bit. Take a little rock back and forth from side to side. Breathing here. We're going to keep our right knee and extend our left leg long. So first, just rock yourself slightly over toward your right side so you can squeeze your left buttock, then come back, and then land that left leg down as you hug that right knee in. So that left leg is active. You're squeezing that left leg. We're going to take our right knee across the body. Cactus arm that right arm. So we're just stretching here, feeling that right hip stretch. Take a belly breath in and out, giving the abdomen a quick break. Left leg is still active though. And then draw that right knee back in again. We're going to do this stretch at the end of practice without doing a lot of engagement. That right leg is going to be long now. We're going to gently rock slightly over to the left side so we can squeeze the right side and then come back onto our backs. Right leg is active. We're going to take the left leg across the body. Cactus arm the arm. Take a belly breath in and out. Stretch the left side of the body as you pull that left knee across. And then we're going to come back. So left knee is in. We're going to do our switches. So take that right leg off the mat. We're hovering that right foot off the mat about an inch. Now remember, you can do your switches by keeping your neck on the mat, or if you want, you can draw head and shoulders off the mat. So first we're going to switch so we get used to the practice. We're switching, taking that left leg long, and then we're going to switch. So as you draw it in, you're using your core to switch and to switch. Now you can add by, as you switch, taking the nose to the knee and keeping it up and switching. And then switching, we're going to slow the tempo down now. And then switch and switch. Slow it down further. And then switch. And then switch. And then switch. Last one. And then switch. And then come on down. Great job. Arms long, legs long. We're just stretching it out. Do a deep inhale and an exhale out. Grab your block above your head, roll over onto your left side. Now, I've been practicing this today so that we could do it together. So here's what I do so that we're not rolling. Take your other block, place it right behind your sacrum or your buttock on its midway point or highest point, whichever one you want, so that it kind of blocks you from rolling backwards. There's a method to my madness. And we're going to cradle our head in our arm. So we've got the block above our head. So we're going to kind of practice this. So you got your block behind you that's kind of guiding you so that you're not falling backwards. Start off by just lifting your legs up and holding that for 3 and 2 and 1. So you're getting those abdominals on that left side. You have to lift your leg up like a mermaid's tail. You're also getting a little bit on that right side. And you're taking an inhale in and an exhale out. The block is blocking you from falling backwards. And then now take your feet down. So that's the action. Eventually we're going to add, now just lift your arms off the mat and hold that for 3 and 2 and 1, and then come on down. Eventually we're going to add the 2 together. But for right now, we're going to take the feet off the mat and hold that for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. So if you're able to roll right onto your side, that's the optimal way to do it. I've got the block right behind me just in case I'm going to move backwards, but that enables me to be able to lift and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down and lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Last one, lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and come on down. You're getting a little bit of inner thigh as well. Now let's hold it up. So see if you can lift up, the block and the legs and hold it for 3, 2, 1, come on down. And lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1, come on down. Great job. Awesome. We're going to roll onto our backs. And then we're gonna do, we did this last time, was dead bug. So we're taking the block in our right hand, we're bending our left knee, and then we're coming in, we're touching the toe, and then coming back out again. So you're crunching it. So that right leg can either be long or your right knee can be bent. So we're coming down and then crunching up. We're coming down and then crunching it up. And down, up. Why do they call this dead bug? I don't know, but that's what I learned. And then coming down, up, last time, and up. We're going to switch it out. So either left leg can be long or left knee can be bent, your choice. And then we're also going to be doing straight legs in just a minute. So right knee is bent, block is in your left hand. Let's come up and go for 6. You're crossing over, 4, touching the toe, 3, 2, 1. Legs are long now, so we're going to go straight leg raises. We did this before as well. So left hand, right, walking your right hand, the left hand is long, and now we're crunching up and touching. And let's go for 6. 5, we're crossing over. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross it over. So blocking your left hand, right leg's coming up, and we're crossing for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. We're going to switch it out. We're doing that one more time. Breathing here, breathing out, cross it over. Let's go for 6. 5. So you should be feeling that. 4, 3, right leg is active. 2, and 1. Cross it over, blocking your left hand, right leg raise. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, great job. Remove that block. Let's hug the knees in toward the chest. Take a little rock back and forth from side to side. We're gonna come into happy laughing baby. So if you have your strap close by, I'm just gonna grab mine. You can place it over the sole of the feet. Send them up toward the ceiling. And then bending the knees, you're gonna take the knees toward the elbow, the armpits. So if you don't want to strap, you can just grab the great toes without the strap or the outsides of the feet, or maybe you're grabbing, the strap enables us to have that longer reach on the arm. And then you can also widen your feet so that you take the strap long. And then being playful like a child, you could roll from side to side. You're just feeling that wonderful inner thigh stretch. And then we're in a silly sort of way, just sort of resting for a moment before we go back into more abdominals together. Breathing here, finding that stretch. Remember, you can go however you want. So you could just stretch one foot up and then the other. We're just playing around here for a minute, giving yourself that stretch that feels good to you. And breathing. Finding that stretch. One more good deep breath in and out. And then we're going to move that strap, feet on the floor, knees are bent. We're taking our left foot up. We're taking our right hand to our left foot. Here we are. And now let's pause for 6. 5. You can take your hand behind your head if you want. You can keep it on the mat. 3, 2, 1. Let the neck rest, let the shoulders rest, bring the left foot down, right foot's coming up. So we call these candlesticks. You can interdigitate your fingers right behind that right temple if you want to, and then pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, or right over to the other side. Come up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Pause for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, stretch the body out long, inhaling, exhaling. Take opposite hand and opposite foot as you reach and lengthen, just stretching, and then switch it out. Walk the hands and feet over toward the right corners of the mat as you C-shape your body, and gently with your right hand, grab your left wrist. And you're just elongating that left side, feeling that nice stretch. Breathing here. And then we'll walk our hands and feet over to the midline and then over to the left side, gently grasping our right wrist with our left hand and C-shaping the body. Breathing. And then we're going to be rolling over onto our right side so that we can do that block exercise, the mermaid's tail, over on the other side. So coming over onto your right side, again, you're going to have one block behind you. You don't have to do that, but I just, with my own practicing, I've noticed that it makes it a lot more successful to be able to access this posture. So the arms are long, you're holding the block. We're going to lift up left leg and right leg and hold that for 3 and 2. Engage your core, and 1, and come on down. Lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Last one, lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. This time we're going to add the arms, so lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Lift it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Come on up. 2, 1, and come on down. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Roll back over onto your backs. Remove that block. Breathe here. And then we're going to do kind of traditional crunches. So hands behind our heads. So again, you can either lift your knees up and keep your back on the mat and then touch down. Or if you're ready, you can crunch both up and then come back down. We're going to do this at a very slow tempo. So we're coming up. And then as we come down, we're going to inhale and then exhale. Crunch it in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale. Send your feet back up. We're going to be crossing over again. So taking your right hand to your left knee and pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Come back down, cross over, and then come up and pulse it for 3, 2, 1. And then come on down. Hold it, inhale, and exhale. Cross it over. And then let's come up, inhaling and exhale. Pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Cross over and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Come on back. Cross it over and pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Last one. Cross it and pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Hug your knees in toward your chest. We're going to roll over. We're coming into tabletop, downward facing dog, and we're going to come up for just a few minutes before we come back down to stretch. So hug it in, take an inhale in and an exhale out. Roll over onto your stomachs. Come into tabletop. Set yourself up for downward facing dog. Hands are starfish in front of you. You're tucking your toes under, pushing the hips up. Take a little pedal of the feet. Draw the weight toward the forefinger and the thumb, allowing the heel to be a little lighter of the hand. Bending the knees and straightening the knees to feel the backs of the hamstrings. Feeling the strength of the upper body. And if you wanted, you could come into that plank posture and then push yourself back into your downward facing dog, just on offer. Kind of playing around with this posture if you want to. You're strong enough now to do that. And then pushing back into your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, draw it up, inhale. Push that left leg up, exhale down. Inhale, right leg. Push it up, and then exhale. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling to a half lift with hands to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, slowly rolling the body up. Inhaling with arms coming overhead. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Good, deep inhale. Widen the toe base, so you're spreading the toes out. A gentle bend in the knees. Start to tuck the pelvis under, and then bring the torso up a little higher. So you're using the core, and you're squeezing the buttocks together as you come up into your prayer. So you're not locking the knees, but you're just growing a little taller in the upper body, and also engaging the butt muscles. So firm foundation here. We're going to find weight in our left foot. We're going to start to draw that right knee up toward hip height. So again, you can hold on to something. You can hold on to a wall. You can hold on to a finger on a chair. The most important thing is you're growing taller on that left side, and you're finding that balance as you look at something non-moving in front of you. We're going to touch down now. So we're touching that right foot down, and then we're coming back up. We need to use our core strength in order to create that motion of touching down and coming back up again. Again, gentle bend in the knees. You're not locking in, but you're drawing that right knee up and then coming back. And we're going to go 3 more times. And 2. And then 1. Draw that right knee up and then kick that right foot out and hold it for 3. And 2. And 1. Draw the right knee back. And then we're going to touch back without touching down yet. So we're taking that right leg back and kicking back for 3. And 2, and 1. Now touch down for your warrior 1. Rise up with the arms as you inhale in and exhale out. Good, deep inhale in, clasp the fingertips together, steeplechase and send them up toward the ceiling, and then start to paint that circle. So we've been doing that a little bit. You can widen your stance by taking your left foot out toward the left side of the mat as you start to make that circle on the ceiling, using your core. So we're kind of stretching as we make that revolution go in the opposite direction. So you feel the abdomen, you feel the torso as you make that revolution, the lower back. Just kind of letting everything go, circle in the opposite direction. And we're breathing. Coming back with the fingertips up toward the ceiling. Remove that bind from your hands as you shoot the fingertips up, inhaling. And as you exhale, step forward with your right foot up to meet your left. Feel the sensation of what you've just done as you inhale in. And exhale into Tadasana, arms down beside us. Let's go over to the other side as we inhale in, just to kind of exploring what we're doing with movement and engagement of breath and motion. Inhaling in. As we exhale, hands to prayer, we're going to find weight in that right foot. And the left knee is going to come up, and we're going to find that something non-moving in front of us as we balance on that right leg. So Gentle bend in that right knee. We're going to start to bring the torso slightly up. We're growing taller on that right side of the body. So feeling the strength and stability of that standing leg, engaging our core. We're going to just touch that left foot down, dip it like we're going to dip it into the water, and then draw that left knee back up again. And then dip it down, and then draw it up again. As you draw it up, you're needing to use the core muscles to draw that knee up. So you feel that engagement of your abdomen as you draw it up. And then we're going to go 3 more times. And 2, finding our breath. And 1. As you draw that left knee up, now kick the left foot out and hold it for 3. And 2, 1, we're going to bend the left knee and then we're going to kick it back. You can hold on to something and hold it for 3. The toes are down. And 1, engage that left leg. And then touch it back gently into your warrior 1. You can bring that right foot over toward the right side of the mat. Reach up and extend with the arms. Clasp the fingertips together and steeplechase them. Squeeze your left butt cheek. So reach up with the fingertips. And now start to make that revolution with the torso. So you're reaching like you're going to paint a giant circle on the ceiling. And then go in the opposite direction. And feel the movement of your body as you go, the engagement of your core as you make that revolution, finding your breath. And then come back to stillness as you inhale in. And as you exhale, step forward with your left foot to meet the right as you inhale in. And exhale out. Inhale to rise. We're going to go in and out of warrior 2, inhaling. As we exhale, step up as you take your right knee up. Left weight in your left foot, right knee comes up, good deep inhale. Grow a little taller. And then on the exhale, with slow deliberation, we're going to take our right foot all the way back. We're going to come back into our warrior 2 posture. We're going to windmill the arms up and over. And we'll find our view, our drishti over the left middle fingers. Really hinge into that left hip. So you're pushing forward. Our legs are going to start warming up a little bit. Really squeeze that back leg and the front leg. So you're almost like you're scissoring the inner thighs together. We're going to flip the front palm and reverse our warrior. Reach and then start to straighten out that left leg. Feel that wonderful stretch along the left side of the body. Pick the toes up and extend. And then let's come back as we bend that left knee, coming back into your warrior 2, dropping that left forearm down. We're going to rise up with that right arm. And now open up. Use the core to open up. Take your right arm up and over the body. Reach and lengthen. You can fan that right arm over a little bit or forward a little bit, kind of movement or not. And now we're going to come back to your warrior 2. Hands are coming to the hip. We're going to straighten out that left leg. Deep inhale in. A little gentle bend in the knee. We're going to parallel the feet. Take a forward fold for just a stretch. Hands can stay on the hips. We're going to bend that left knee. Straighten that right leg. And then come back into straight legs. And then we'll bend the right knee as we hinge into the other side. And then come back with straight legs. So we're just doing a little hamstring stretch. Slowly start to roll up. Inhale with arms coming overhead. And as we exhale, warrior 2 arms, we're going to take that right foot forward. We're coming into a warrior 2 on that other side. So you can widen your stance as we start to bend that right knee now. We're taking a look at our drishti, our view over the right middle fingers, and hinging into that right side now. So really feeling the right quadricep start to create some heat. We're going to take that front palm, reverse the warrior, and rise. Start to reach and lengthen. See if you can dip into that right leg. Breathe here. Find length along the right arm, and then start to straighten that right leg. Fan the arm back. Take your toes off the mat of that right foot. Squeeze that left leg with left buttock and hamstring. Let's come back. As you bend that right knee, start to take your right forearm down to the top of the thigh. Rise up with that left arm. Fan the toes. Take your left arm up and over the body. Stay here or create some motion. You can forward like you're going to throw a ball, or come back and open up the chest, or stay still. Warrior two arms. And then parallel the feet. We're just gonna toe heel the feet together. Feet are hip width distance apart. We'll inhale, reaching up, inhaling. Exhale down just your right arm. Take a little circle of that left wrist and then rise up, and then let's head over to the right. Feel that nice stretch along the left side of the body. Come up on the inhale, good deep inhale. As we exhale, left arm's gonna come down. Take a circle of that right wrist. Rise up, and then let's head over to the left side for a nice stretch. Breathe here. Good deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, both arms coming up, and exhale down. Just roll the shoulders back and forward. Breathing. Breathing. We're going to make our way down. We're going to come back into a little bit more floor work, and then we'll come onto our backs and come into final stretching in Shavasana. So up at the top of our mats, we're going to inhale in as we rise, good deep inhale. On the exhale, forward fold. We'll inhale to a half lift. And as we exhale, plant your hands, take one knee back and then the other. Take one foot out. Here we are in our start of our bird dog, our tabletop. And then the other, you're in a plank pose, but we're only going to be here because you can take one knee down and you can either lift up and then come down, lift up and then come down, or you could be here and you can lift up and lift up. So those can be your postures. So either you're here and you're lifting out and lifting out, or you're here and you're lifting up. So let's go for 8. And 7. 6. And 5. Breathing. 2. 5, 4. 3. 2. And 1. Great job. Come onto your knees. Come off of your hands. Inhale, coming up. Maybe a tiny back bend. Exhale down just your right arm. Take a circle of that left wrist. Reach and extend. Let's head over to the right side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Take a circle with that right wrist. Reach up, and then let's head over to the left side. Good deep inhale as you come up. And exhale, come back to table. One more set of crunches, and then we'll come onto our backs. Take your right knee up, like you're going to touch your nose to your knee, and then draw that knee up like you're going to kick it up toward the ceiling. And now crunch it in, and then draw it up. So that's the motion. Let's go for 6. And you're breathing here, going really slow. And 5. Creating movement. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Great job. Hover that right knee above the mat. Just make a little circle with the hip in one direction and the other. Circle it in one direction. You're drawing a circle on the floor and the other. One more time. And then the other. So you're just getting a little bit, drop that knee down, then we're going to head over to the other side. If you need to take a break on your wrist, come back up, no big deal. Otherwise, take your nose toward your knee on your left side and then kick up that left leg. And we're going for 8 and 7 Breathing 6. And 5. 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Great job. Circle that knee. So the knees circle, you're going to draw a circle on the floor with your knee, one direction twice. And then the other, you're needing to use your abdomen and your hamstring to make this motion. Go in the opposite direction. And then change directions. Great job. Come off of your hands. Take your wrist, give your wrist a break, and then we're coming down to the floor. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhale out halfway, so that proud bird, sad bird. So we're here. And now we're going to start to hinge forward. Inhale to come out. As you come out, squeeze the butt cheeks together and then come back. And then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Last time. And exhale. Great job. Come on down and let's come onto our backs. Stretch a little bit. Together. On your backs, hug your knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock back and forth from side to side. As you breathe. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. Let the left leg be long. And just let the left leg be nice and quiet and not tensed at all. But just keep the left hip on the mat. We're going to externally rotate, taking our right knee out toward the right side of our body and extending the left arm is going to come up and over the body for a stretch. So we're reaching and lengthening like somebody's gently pulling you from the left heel and the left fingertips. Reach and lengthen, find that length. You can even take a little circle of the wrist or point and flex the foot. Breathe. And then we're going to gently draw that right knee across the body, catch it in your left hand. T-shape out that right arm and let the right palm be up. Take a glance toward that right outstretched palm. Breathe here. Belly breath in and out. And then we're going to draw that right knee in and switch it out. Left knee is coming in, right leg's long. We're just resting that right leg on the mat. Take a circle of your left ankle, right ankle. And then we're going to take the left knee out toward the left side of the body. Right arm's coming up and over the body. We're reaching and lengthening. Take a good breath in and out. Open up. And now gently drag that left knee across the body and T-shape out the left arm. Let your gaze go toward that left outstretched palm as you catch your left knee in your right hand. And breathe, allowing the left shoulder head to rest on the mat. Breathing into any tight spaces that you might feel. Left knee is going to come back in and we're going to extend the legs long. And then come into your Shavasana. So legs are long. This is a great time. We've done a lot of abdominal work today, just being able to just rest on the mat. Palms are up. Let the shoulder heads just fall away toward the mat. If you have a blanket, you can place it right underneath your head. Make a little neck roll as you come into stillness. With a good breath in, feeling the chest rise, and then as it falls, just allowing the body to really sink into the mat. Give yourself a quick body scan. So starting from the crown of the head, noticing if you're gripping in the jaw, allow some release in the eyes. Let the gaze be soft or even eyes closed. Notice if the shoulders are up toward the ears, just allow the shoulders to come down maybe an inch or two. And then let the chest soften. Gratitude for our breath. Gratitude for our expansion of lungs. Soften the belly. Notice if you're holding any tension in the hips or butt. Just allow everything to soften. Notice if you're gripping in your thighs, knees. Allow them to release. Let the calves and the ankles be soft. You can wiggle the toes and then allow them to be still. So finding stillness in this posture as you settle in. And then softening your attention to the words as we finish off in meditation. Our meditation tonight comes from Pema Chodron. And she talks a little bit about learning to stay. In meditation, in Shavasana, we sometimes discover our inherent restlessness, and sometimes not. Sometimes we want to get up and move on, and sometimes we can be still. These feelings can teach us not just about ourselves, but what it is about to be human. These many days that we've been on our mats practicing. All of us derive security and comfort from the imaginary world of memories, fantasies, and plans. We don't really want to stay with the nakedness of our present experience. It goes against the grain to stay present. These are the times when only gentleness and a sense of humor can give us strength to settle down. The pith instruction, she says, is to stay. Just stay. Learning to stay with ourselves in meditation is like training an animal. But if we train it by beating it, we end up with this obedient, but very inflexible and rather terrified animal. The animal may obey when we say stay, or come, or sit, but she also might be confused or neurotic. By contrast, training with kindness results in someone who's flexible and confident, who doesn't become upset when situations are unpredictable or insecure. So whenever we wander off in our meditation, we can gently encourage ourselves to stay. Or maybe in an experience when things are uncomfortable or restless, we can say stay. When our emotions intensify, what we usually feel is fear. This fear is always lurking in some way in our lives. So our meditation, we can practice whatever story we're telling ourselves and lean into those emotions. Thus training an opening of a fearful heart to the restlessness of our own energy. We learn to abide with the experience of our emotional distress. Coming back into our present moment sometimes takes some effort, but the effort is very light. The instruction is to touch and go. We touch thoughts by acknowledging them as thinking, and then we let them go. It's a way of relaxing our struggle, like touching a bubble with a feather, a non-aggressive approach to being here, being okay with the restlessness, with the unease, with the fear. Slowly start to make some movement to your fingers and to your toes. As you come back into movement, just rolling yourself over to your right or your left side and cradling your head and your arm. Again, thanking your body for coming to your mat today on this day 24. And then as you're ready, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat. We sit the body up a little taller, keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed. And tonight, we'll place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly if you're open to doing that. We feel the beating of the heart behind the hand, the aliveness of our bodies. And with the breath, the other hand, we feel that rise and fall of the belly, expansion, and we know that we're here and alive and so grateful. May all beings be free of fear and harm. May we all be happy just the way we are. May we all be at peace with whatever comes our way. And may we all rest gently in the softness of our own hearts. As we inhale in, sit the body up a little taller, and as we exhale, we'll take our chin down toward our chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this day 24 with me, and I look forward to sharing another day tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for day 25. Namaste. Thank you all so much for the practice. Thank you.